U.S. and Britain relations come together and then all over each other in the Amazon original Red, White, and Royal Blue. Written and directed by Matthew Lopez in his feature film debut. Also written by Ted Malaware, who's done some television. And based on the New York Times bestseller by Casey McQuiston. And it centers around the president's son, Alex, played by Taylor Zakhar Perez. And Prince Henry, played by Nicholas Galitzine. And they really don't like each other. There was a meeting at one point, years before, that didn't go all that well. That gets discussed a little bit later on. And it becomes obvious from exchanges and cuts to, the various people, the two people, and it's like they're talking to their friends. And, people, it's like either sister or somebody that's on the campaign trail, because Alex, his mother, Uma Thurman, no, really, she was the president, is trying to win re-election, and he's going over there to try and just, be there for a particular event. Well, let's just say things go kind of, tits up, as they say. I don't know who they are, but things go totally tits up. And now, Alex has to fix this. Uma Thurman's like, I'm trying to win re-election, God damn it, Alex, you go over there and you make good with Prince Henry, and you make sure there's any chance for a photo op, you take it, and you prove that our relations are good. Because, goddammit, this is a close race. I'm trying to win re-election, son. Go do it. So he does. And then they find out they have a lot more in common than they originally thought through discussions and through, chance encounters and comedy and all that stuff and everything. And then things take an unexpected turn. So that's really all I can say as far as anybody that hasn't read the description is just tuning in for this. You didn't check it out on IMDb or even read the description on Amazon. You decide to hit play and just check it out. So basically it is a young adult romance with an LGBTQ center and it like a creamy nougat center. I don't know why I said it like that. It's like a fucking Milky Way. Nevertheless, basically topics that get discussed are like, LGBTQ, being out and proud in who you are. And then also like, classism. And the fact that hiding who you are really is never good regardless of like, you're standing in a particular country. Nobody should ever have to hide who they are, especially if they are out and proud. I just want to say right now, and if you are going to be homophobic, get the fuck off my goddamn channel. That being said, this movie is the latest in ever growing list of LGBTQ themed comedies, mixed with some drama. And it's a growing list that I'm happy to see growing in a proper way. Because you can take the idea of having a gay couple or whatever and just have them at the center, but if you don't have good writing, if you don't have good performances, you don't have a good tone about it, it's just another comedy. I'm happy to report that Red, White, and Royal Blue is actually one of the better movies that I've seen this year. It's endearing. How dare you? How fucking dare you be an endearing movie? How dare you? No, in all seriousness, Matthew Lopez does a really good job here. Ted Malaware does a good job. And I haven't read the novel. Might actually get a chance to read the novel because I would imagine that they probably did a pretty good job with the source material. Hopefully they did. And a pretty good cast in this. Uma Thurman, once again. She's great. She's been great for a number of years. I didn't realize she's only 50. She's like 53. I did not realize that. It seems like she's been around for a really long time. Good for her. She has a hell of a goddamn career. Sarah Shahi, who was in Black Adam recently, and my God, she's fucking ageless. She's a year older than me, and looks just the same as she did on. There was a USA show that she did a number of years ago where I thought she was 20 and I guess she was 30 at the time. But she's the president's aide. And there's Ellie Bamber who plays Princess Beatrice. That's Henry's sister. She was in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. And I probably should go rewatch that at some point because I remember thinking that there were some neat little ideas. But other people are in this, obviously. It would be a bit weird if it was just them. But Taylor and Nicholas are the two characters they mainly focus on. And then there are people in the periphery. There's a side story about a very overprotective Secret Service agent for Alex. And I do want to give a shout to the character of Nora, played by Rachel Hilson. I hope she gets more opportunities. Thought she was very good in her supporting role here. And from there, we have movie where things build, and I mean, it is a 2-hour movie. I mean, by the time you get to the end credits, I think it's like an hour and 52 minutes. I don't want to say things get long in the tooth. Things are pretty typical. It has this syrupy, sugary, sweet nature about it and everything, and things do get glossed over, like the fact these are two pretty prominent people that are able to keep this secret for a certain amount of time. Obviously, things change because movie. But it ends up being really endearing and really nice, and you actually feel for the characters. And I hate that when things are endearing, because that means I have to open up my cold heart and realize that love can find a way. No, really, this movie actually is quite good. Is it one of the best of the year? Not quite. I don't have any particular issues with it. I mean, it's cliched. It's whatever. It is what it is. But I'm going to talk about stuff specifically in the spoiler section. But if you have an Amazon membership, it's free for you. Give it a shot. It's definitely one of the better offerings as far as young adult romance, LGBTQ stuff. I was really, really actually impressed with the performances. Taylor and Nicholas, in particular, I think deserve more opportunities. I know I've seen them in other stuff. I'm just trying to think of what. I mean, it's like, you know, a lot of actors working here. Once again, Uma Thurman. I mean, terrific. And Sarah Shahi, my God, she looked great. There's a few other, little cameos and everything sprinkled in. And I'll talk about that in the spoiler section. So it's on Amazon if you want to check it out. Good performances, good atmosphere. Sure, typical stuff. Doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it's fun, endearing, and endearing. Did I mention endearing? Anyway, it's on Amazon. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. Okay, so basically the incident that ends up causing this whole thing is they're at a party, and a giant cake falls on him because Alex is being a goof. I think he's drunk, and Henry's trying to be upper class. And it's obvious pretty much from the fucking beginning that they're both at least bi, and I mean, nothing wrong with that. Be who you are. Be who you are. It's just very obvious. The sparks are flying instantly. Nora's character, Rachel Hilson, she immediately knows that. Great in this. She's great in this. And even Beatrice, she knows that. Beatrice is not a name that's used very often. So, basically, President Thurman, I just want to say that just sounds so cool, demands Alex go fix this. And then Sarah's upset. Well, Sarah's Zara. She chases Alex around with a pillow because she chased me around like that. Nevertheless, let's move on. The physical comedy at times doesn't work. I think that's really my only issue. There are a couple times where it kind of works, where a Secret Service agent pushes them both into a closet when they're at a hospital visiting children because they think they hear shots, but actually it was fireworks. And they discuss, the first impression where Alex thought he hated him, and Henry confesses, I was a dick to a lot of people. Also, my dad died. So I didn't say get me away from him, get me out of here, because he didn't want to take that. Alex basically he's been a little more open. There is a little side story with a reporter named Miguel that factors in a little bit later on this. But Henry has been a lot more like low key. Even though his sister suspects, or his sister knows, and I think his mom suspects. But then they text and everything, and they share all these sweet moments, and there's the whole joke about pardoning a turkey. Yes, the U.S. were stupid for pardoning a turkey. I'm not saying kill all animals, but pardoning a turkey and putting it in a luxury hotel. And that turkey is like, what the fuck am I doing here? So, they're talking a whole bunch. They actually do a great way of cutting this where they make it seem like they're in the same area, but they're actually on opposite sides of the world, talking on the phone and all that. That was cool. I like that. I'm not saying totally, 100% like, wow, so revolutionary, but I like that. I like how they did that because they made it seem like these, connections were actually happening, in real time. That was good. So Henry does admit he's a world-class insomniac. I can identify. I don't sleep very good. That's why I pump out content all the time. Get Low plays a New Year's Eve party To the windows, to the wall, till sweat drops down my balls, till all these bitches fall. That is the best you're going to get from me trying to rap. I did like how Henry was confused by the lyrics. Really, if you read the lyrics, you're like, fuck, that song's filthy. It's a great beat, though. Great fucking beat. As the kids say, the kids don't say that. So, basically, they go out, or Henry leaves. Alex goes out into the snow, which, my God, that's the only day where I was like, oh, that snow looks ripe. That's like, ooh. That's where it felt like a stage. That's okay. It is what it is. It's not as bad as a Hallmark movie. Not nearly as bad. And 33 minutes in, Henry kisses him because he's like, oh, you're thick as fuck. I'm sure he'll find out later. There's the idea that Miguel and Alex had hooked up before. And Miguel eventually finds out about this whole thing. And Alex confesses he's bi. Henry confesses he's gay as a maypole. I don't know what a maypole is. So, is a maypole gay? Please let me know in the comments. So, montages of partying, having fun, to France for a romantic time. They were exploring these ideas and this stuff because they wanted to be who they were. And it was nice. It was well done. I really can't complain there. Then Alex comes up with a campaign memo to help his mom win re-election and turn Texas blue. Good fucking luck with that. Basically with a few people like that, idiot guy with no working legs, Greg Abbott. Tree should have finished the job. I digress. But it's fiction. It's a work of fiction. So it is what it is. There are good people in Texas, I just want to fucking say. There are just idiots that run it. So, Alex goes on the campaign trail. He's texting Henry. Henry comes to visit him. Henry and him talk about, secrets and that kind of stuff. Alex has a key to his family's house to remind him of where he came from. His dad was working class. Mom worked really hard. And then they're in a hotel room where, Alex is sleeping while on the campaign trail trying to get more voters to register. And Zara finds out. Her in a hotel room chasing around. Never mind. Moving on. Alex then tells his mom. His mom's really accepting. Dad's really accepting. He's like, I made gender neutral bathrooms in Austin or whatever. It's like, you watch what the fuck you're saying. And then basically Henry goes into a cocoon phase. Not Cocoon 2. They made a sequel to that. I don't know why. Oh wait, Cocoon 1 did well. So, Nora says, hey Alex, go to London. Get your guy. Otherwise, you'll at least have an answer. Really, really good scene here where he basically storms the castle in so many words. And Beatrice was talking to Henry a little bit ago, like, it's about your heart too. It ain't just about the crown. It ain't just about the royalty. Ellen Pampered, by the way, great. She looks great. So, they have a really, really good heart-to-heart, Henry and Alex. Really good stuff. Really good dialogue here. And really good, emotional inflections. And then, a really bad rendition of I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. That's really bad. That was a really bad rendition. And then, they share a dance in this museum that has really cool statues and stuff like that. They have a ring and key exchange. And somebody leaks emails and the text and all that stuff and everything. It was Miguel, because of course it was Miguel. But that instantly gets glossed over because Alex says, fuck it, I'm out and I'm proud and I love Henry. And then they go meet the grandfather. The grandfather is played by Stephen Fry. He looks ill. Is he all right? So anyway, basically now they're out, they're proud. There's these demonstrations that are like everybody's happy for Henry, seemingly. We only see this in window reflections. All this stuff happens very quickly. This is where the movie gets a little bit too cliche, but it is what it is. They're trying to pack a lot in at the end. And then they end up turning Texas blue, and President Thurman wins re-election. Hooray! And now they're happy together and all that. So there you go. Red, white, royal blue. It's fun. It's endearing. I hate that I found it endearing. I mean, I don't, but normally I don't like romantic comedies. This one worked. A minus. There are a few issues, but A minus. Good stuff. Solid effort. Can't wait to see what Matthew Lopez does, and great performances. So, and also, Sarah Shahi, I'm sorry, can't help it, she's gorgeous. Agree, disagree what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rentlin. I'll see you soon.